What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Hiroaka Season 3. Ooh, this episode was phenomenal. Also, guys, apologies for the Bethesda E3 reaction not out. I was working on the Silk video. It's about done. I just need to add a couple extra things, and then I'll probably that video end up dropping tomorrow. And I'll try to make the Bethesda video today, but I probably won't because we're actually going to be going out to catch Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom in IMAX. So I have to go out and catch it with like an hour-long drive. So I probably won't be back till late night. So hopefully I get all my reviews out by then. But if I can't, oh, well, that's why, why if you see like a huge delay between this and maybe the Persona 5 review, the SEO and Persona 5 reviews, that's why. But before I begin the review, there's one thing I want to talk about. A new, PV, or I guess I should say visual teaser, or whatever those things are usually called, those little, posters that show off little things of what the arcs can be based upon in an anime series. A new one dropped for Hiroaka, and I'm guessing this is for the second half of Hiroaka. It's just on July 14th. It was in Japanese, so I think that's I think that's when the new arc's going to begin, is on the 14th of July. But anyway, so in this PV, it's not much really. They just show a picture of Bakugo and Deku, but the thing of Deku is that he has a new suit, a redesigned suit. It's pretty much the same suit. But his gloves are all his gloves pretty much just were about normal sized gloves. They were pretty big, but now his gloves are all the way up to his arm. By that I mean the arm part that was a little bit over his wrist. It engulfs his now in whole arm, and I gotta say, it looks stupid. Maybe it'll grow on me, but I just don't like it. I don't know why Horikoshi thought it was a good idea to redesign Deku's suit, because his original, Deku's first suit was fine. But his redesigned suit that he got in Season 2 was much better. But now Horikoshi has... I don't know if this has something to do with... Maybe it has something to do with, maybe it's because of Deku's arms getting all messed up. That's why they're all that long. I don't know why, but I don't like the look of it. I just don't. I think this is going to be his new permanent suit for the rest of the series. I hope it's not this a small thing and they go back to the original design, because I just don't like it. Maybe it'll grow on me, or maybe it's just some plot reason why his gloves are that long, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, like I said, I don't really like it. And also the weird thing is the way it looks is exactly like one of the newest covers from My Hero Academia, the manga, because Viz always tweets about and talks about on Instagram about hey, here the new volume of Hiroaka is available for pre-order, hey, it's out now. And one of them was the newest volume of Hiroaka, and it was the exact same as this, with Bakugo and Deku with the long gloves. So how are we so by the way, so if any manga readers are we is the anime running close to the manga? Are we getting close to where the manga is right now, or are we still way behind the manga, and they're just Bones just felt like drawing this or something? I don't know if any of y'all can clarify that, because I'm kind of whoa, are we starting to get close to the manga, or is there still a decent chunk, decent distance between the manga and the anime? And maybe y'all can clarify that for me, because with the way it's PV, it looks exactly like the manga cover, so I don't know if it's if we're going to get in that arc, whatever arc the manga is, or was in volume 12, I think that one was for. But anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let's talk about this week's episode. And so we started this off exactly where we left off last week, with All Might talking to Deku's mom, and Deku telling her about the dorms. But this time we have they show off the same scene, but slightly different. Where we actually see Deku's mom's perspective. I believe her name is Inko, if I'm saying that right. Where we found that she actually is still she's still against this, and pretty much she still doesn't really want Deku to go, because like I said, she worries sick about her son, obviously, because she's his mother. But I gotta say, Inko, she's probably one of the greatest anime moms out there. Granted, she doesn't have much competition, because most of the time in shonen animes, the parents are kind of swept aside quickly as possible, because they can be a hindrance, they can be a nuisance, they can be an obstacle for the MC, like he's shown in Hiroaka. But Horikoshi doesn't whatever, let's just write him off or just kill him off. No. He uses them as a great way, as character development for Deku, Inko, All Might. It's great. So, alright. So she says that she still doesn't like it, but since after she found out about, Kota, she is she said, well, you became someone's hero. So which makes me happier than anything else. So I love how Inko is probably. So it seems like Inko is still kind of against her son going, probably because she's still worried about him dying. but she understands how much is important to him, and she is happy that his son has done good in the world. He has become someone's hero, Kota's. Which I gotta say, I love that part. So, after that, we see Deku, he pretty much talks to All Might as he's about to go in a taxi, and he tells, like, her mom, you have an amazing mom. He's very, and then he says how he reminds, his mom reminds her of the previous holder of One For All. I forget her name. I'll just call her Shimura until I remember what her first name was. But yeah, so she reminds him of Shimura. And, he's like, wait, what? And he's like, no, hair and the fact that she's, strong. Although she just put on a few pounds. Which, as we know from this, Chibi said it was from stress, which makes sense, although I kind of wish she would hit the gym. But whatever. So, and then some people actually recognize All Might because, since it has been leaked out about All Might's true form, the skeletal face and everything, people recognize him as All Might. He's like, oh yeah, I'm not useless. And he also said, like, live properly. He was like, it's been a while since I've heard someone say that to me. And so after that, we then see everyone get to the dorms. We get one more look at Inko, where she's crying as she sends Deku's off because, as we know, she's worried sick about it. Like I said, Deku's probably give this poor woman a heart attack later on. I'd like bet money on that. Like, this poor woman is gonna get sick, or like she's gonna get sick, she's gonna have a heart attack or something because I don't know how much more she can take of this. But so, we see everyone getting there. We see Deku. We see Ida. Ida, actually, when we see Ida, he's already in the classroom, which I'm like, that's so Ida. We see Jiro. We see Todoroki, Momo, Uraraka. The whole crew. We see all of them together. And then once we get to where the dorms are, we then find out that actually Eraserhead. He said that okay, we're going to work on your hero's licenses which is something that they were going to do during the they were in the training that they had in the forest at the beginning of the season. But of course, after the League of Villains, they put that shit on hold. So, yeah. So I guess that's probably what's going to be the next major arc, or the last arc of the series, is going to be them getting heroes, which I wouldn't be surprised it's going to remind me a little bit more of like the Chunin exams, I wouldn't be surprised there's like a tournament in there, of the heroes versus, the students, and then maybe, I don't know, we get like some Naruto-esque moments or something. I don't know, I'm hyped for it, because it looks like we're going to because it looks like we're probably going to have something along the sides of Naruto, with like, the prelims, with Deku, with, Naruto versus Kiba, Gaara versus Rock Lee. Oh my god, that Rock Lee fight was amazing. But yeah, so yeah, I'm curious what's going to happen there. Looks like we are going to get that, judging from the PV, or the next episode preview, I should say. Anyway, so, and when he found out that Eraser, after that, he said that actually everybody would have been expelled, minus Bakugo, Jiro, and somebody else. I forget who. Because of the shit they pulled with Bakugo. Deku, Ida, Kaminari, or Kirishima, and Momo, they would have all got expelled for disobeying the teacher's order and going out there on their own to save Bakugo. And everybody else would have did for staying silent, for not telling them, oh yeah, hey, these kids, they about to do some shit, And so, everyone's just shocked and like, And then, so right before everyone gets into the dorms, we see Bakugo take Kaminari, take him behind some bush, and then we just see him electrified. He's like, and he comes out, he goes retarded mode, like, and we got Jiro over there trying her hardest. Which, by the way, I do low-key kind of ship Jiro and Kaminari together. I mean, from the moments they've had in Season 1 and this in Season 3. I gotta say, I do ship them. Like I said, I think the only characters I hardcore ship in Hero Waka would definitely be Deku and Uraraka. I would probably also put Todoroki and Momo up there, but that's kind of like, a ship that I ship, but it's kind of like on the lower tier of like, oh yes, these characters must be together. It's not like Deku and Uraraka, like, these characters have to be together, like it's like Naruto versus, like, it's like Naruhina. Anyway, so they all get to the dorms, they all... they're all gushing about how Mansion Uraraka is constantly fading about, like, it's like a mansion! Because, like, as we know, she is very poor, and so seeing a house this big is probably, it's probably, like, shocking. It's, like, an anomaly to her. She's probably, like, her brain cannot compute this house. It's hilarious, and Ida's like, Uraraka! And so, everyone gets set up in their rooms, and we actually see Momo. Momo says, oh wow, this room is as big as the closet at home. Like, These rooms are as big as your closets? God damn. Like Rock and like Momo over there, low-key kind of flexing. Oh, Momo. Yeah. And so after that, we kind of have like a quick time skip, I guess, of like the guys go out there and train, and then we get back to where the girls decide to have a room competition, like, you know, who has the best room, who is the room key, or the room king, I should say. And so, and so we go, and the first room we go to is Deku's, and oh my god, when they said this, Deku's like, no, like the man's flailing his arms around, and then when we get inside, it's literally nothing but all my shit. I was dying when I saw them, like, you fucking nerd. I mean, granted, we nerds are no better, because I'm sure all of us have some, like, you know, figures of, like me, I got, like, if I had a room to myself, I would fill it with Marvel, DC, and anime shit, so I got no room to judge Deku, but it doesn't make it any less hilarious. You know, everyone's got to see how much of a nerd he is, and then, Uraraka says this is an otaku room, which I don't know if she meant, I think she meant that, like, you know, as, like, a friendly way, but otaku in Japanese, it's actually kind of a negative thing, because it means you're pretty much, you know, you're stuck in your room all day, and you don't really go out much, so, I mean, I'm sure she meant it as, like, a nice way of saying otaku, like we here Westerners have taken the word otaku as to express, you know, as, like, you know, the word for us anime fans. So we see everyone, then we see pretty much everyone else's room, we see, but the one room that we don't see, and that I almost don't want to see, is Minata, because they go check out the other rooms, they see, I forget who was on the second floor, I think they saw Ida's room, which is filled with books in his glasses. But when they go to get to Minato's room on his floor, he's like creeping out the door. This like purple aura is coming out. He's like, "Come in here. I have something to show you." Like a pedophile trying to trick kids into his white van with candy. Like I'm like, Minato, what the hell you got in there? I almost don't want to know, but at the same time I want to know what's in there. And everyone just leaves. They don't even bother going in, which was probably for the best, because Lord have mercy, that man's room is probably littered with porn. Like he probably has like 12 shelves of nothing but just porn and hentai DVDs, you know. So we see other room, then we see Todoroki's room. Todoroki's room, he remodeled it to look like a traditional Japanese house from like the shows from like the what's that period called? The olden times, you know, back when like the samurais and ninjas were things, feudal Japan, feudal times. Like it's like redesigned like that, and everyone's like, how did you get it like this? He's like, I worked hard. Let's just like, how the hell did Todoroki have enough time to take the room apart, remodel it, and put all this shit in under a day? I mean, I get you got fire and ice, but dude, you weren't whatever. Like, I don't know how the hell that happened, but it was hilarious. Yeah. So you see how there are people, and then we get to the girls' rooms. And Minato's over there, of course, being Minato. He's like, you know, like the man's like, you know, the horny as hell. Like we see Invisible Girl's room, and Minato immediately goes to like the underwear drawers, like. And we also see Aoyama's room, which is pretty much just nothing but sparkles, and it's like sparkle. Everyone has a disco ball in it. Kirishima is like, you know, the manliest room. It's stuffy and hot, and there's a punching bag. We got like a picture of Tsunami. It's manly. and Bakugo didn't end up going because he thought it was seriously with him. Oh, so another thing about Bakugo. After Bakugo did God knows what to Kaminari, he actually takes out this money and hands it to Kirishima, and he's like, "Whoa, you're scaring me, man! Why don't you shake someone down for?" I was like, "Yeah, you probably shake down Kaminari," but he's like, "No, I withdrew this money. You ran out of your allowance, right? Because he actually did buy the Not Vision goggles. Because like the way Kaminari was kind of defensive about the way that when people asked him, like, you know, where'd you get those goggles? It made me think we probably all thought he like low-key actually stole them. But it looks like he actually bought them and just didn't want to admit that he bought them, or he was just rather just drop it or something. Because like the man was very defensive about, like, almost as if he was trying to hide something, like he did steal them. But no, he bought them. And so that was nice of Bakugo. Like, you know, we're seeing Bakugo slowly but surely becoming a less and less of an asshole. but he's like almost like a male Tsundere will like do kind of nice thing, but he'll still go back to being like to his asshole persona, you know. That's hilarious. Like, so yeah, he ends up leaving. So he leaves, and there's that. And so after we get the whole room tour done, we see Uraraka's room, which is kind of basic. Not surprised there. We see Momo's room, and Jesus Christ, Momo, your level of flexing is ridiculous. Like, Momo, why are you? I'm like, Momo, why are you flexing so much? And everyone's like, it's kind of cramped, and then like there's this big ass bed, and there's all this other like expensive decor around. Like, I'm like, Momo, why are you flexing so much? And so yeah. And the winner of the room, king of this room competition, Sue was also not there as well because she was feeling sick, and so the winner ends up being the guy that this Cork is Sugar, like he eats sugar and he like buffs up. I forget his name, but he ended up winning because he actually like baked a cake. And the girls were immediately on to that. And they're like, yes, but can someone tell me why Uraraka and Ashido were like putting their finger to their face while they were chewing? Is that like a Japanese thing or something? Because I've literally heard see nobody eat while doing this. Put their finger like twisting it on their face. Like, is this like a Japanese thing, or was there some the anime felt like because like what purpose does that serve? Like, in all honesty. But yeah. So after everyone right before Todoroki and the others before they go to bed, Uraraka she says, hey, she also calls up Ida, Todoroki, not Bago, Deku, Momo, and Kirishima to go with her, in which we find out that there is Sue outside, and she has something to say to the guys. And so, to summarize pretty much what she said, Sue was pretty much just apologizing for what she said about, if you disobey the orders of, the school, you're no better, you're pretty much might as well just be villains at that point. And so she was pretty much just apologizing for that, and that she felt bad, and then she had, she kind of wanted to, let clear the air so everyone could get back to laughing, and, being back to, back to, I guess you could say, business as usual, or as close as you can get to after all the shit that's gone down in Season 3. And so she starts crying, and then the other guys start crying, and then they're like, Uraraka's like, yeah, let's get, because she's like, everyone's kind of feeling a little uneasy because of what happened. They all want to get back to business so we can all be together without some kind of weird, I guess you could say, awkwardness between them because of what happened with Bakugo and what they said to them, and kind of and well, they were the ones that were crazy enough to actually do while everyone else kind of just sat on the sidelines. And so that's where the episode ends. What you guys think? When Deku wipes his eyes, we see this red, I don't know what, this red stuff on his arm. Is that skin grafts or what is it, burnt flesh? What is that? Because now, granted, there could be skin grafts or his skin reattached, because I'm pretty sure when he did use One for All against Muscular, some of his skin was kind of just flapping around a bit. So maybe that was what it is. They cut off and it's just skin grafts. I don't know if any of y'all can clarify what exactly that red stuff that was on Deku's arm is. That would be appreciated. Well, Chi will probably explain what it is in his review. So yeah, overall I give this episode a 9.5 out of 10. It was a damn good episode. The voice acting with Sue. That part was Sue. Ooh. Great voice acting from the Japanese. I'm very much looking forward to seeing that dubbed. And the music for this episode was also fantastic as well. So yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter if you feel like, links are below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.